Your backswing is really good. The club goes a little inside. Now, what do I mean by inside? The club head gets behind your hands there. That's a little bit inside. That's the definition of a little bit inside. Do I want you to go in there? That'll cause you to hit it left.
Well, I thought, the old school was take the club back inside.
It was years ago, but that's changed.
The two arms aren't working together.
Well, that's okay. I mean, your arms are okay. I just think the club head's behind your hands and under the plane. You see that yellow cone area? See how the club head's underneath that?
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Okay. What is my club doing?
It's just going behind your hands. Watch how it goes underneath. See how it's behind you there? So the club head is on this screen to the left of your hands, right there.
I don't understand. Oh,
yeah. So it's.
My club should be up there.
Yeah, your club should be in that yellow zone.
Oh, and it's not.
No, it's going underneath it.
Well, how do I get it up there?
Well, I'm going to show you. He's probably out there. He's probably out and around the building on the other side. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, as an example, we'll just show you what I'm talking about. Now, this Sandra Gall, she's using a driver, but she's still going to take the club back, and the hands and the club head are going to go back pretty much like yours. It's a little, but you see, it's a little bit inside like you're doing it. But ideally, the club should be in this zone here, pretty much on that line, but I'm not going to worry about that. But all right, now you ask about coming over the top. No, you don't come over the top. That's a good position there. And coming down. All right, so that's a little bit out, a little bit. Now, why is that? Because when you start your downswing, you don't get enough lateral movement, and you're not using your legs enough. That's all. You got to get a little bit of shift before you start to turn. Does that make sense? A little bit of shift before you start to turn. Now, do you go on the golf course and think about it? No. This is something you practice. You get in front of the mirror and you work on. Your hips have to make like you're doing the bump. You got to go a little bit, about 6 to 10 inches forward, okay, before you start to turn. So it's
before I start coming down.
Well, even in the initial part of the transition, you want to shift your weight toward the target a little more. Now, that's not something I want you to think about. It's something I want you to practice. You just do it every day for a few minutes. You just give you this little bump, and I'm going to show you on a video of how to practice it right here. You can this is just a little, I practice this in front of a mirror. I'll turn back, and then I'll just give it a little bump, just like I'm sitting into that left foot. Just like if you threw a ball, you would push off, right? So you push against the ground and just, that's a good thought for the course. Push off from your trail leg. If you're hitting it left, you got to get your lower half to go. That's all.
What side is that?
That's your trail side. So you're going to push off like you were going to throw. If you were going to throw something, right? You push off your trail leg, and you push off and you shift, right? So in terms of your swing, this is underneath going back. The club is under the plane. Now, what do I say under the plane? It's just geometry. This shaft plane right here, when your left arm's parallel, is just a little flat. It should be parallel to that lower line. You see what I'm saying? So the club is just, we call it under the plane. Because where's the club? It's underneath that yellow area. So you're sort of rolling the face, and you're sort of doing this, right? The club's a little bit under the plane. So whenever we see people go under, they're usually going to come down a little steeper. All right, that's it. Now, how do you keep the handle, keep the angle in your lead wrist the same? Just keep it there. You're going like that.
Yeah, but Dustin Johnson.
Don't do that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, and I don't think you want to do a whole lot. Let me just give you an illustration of what I'm talking about. Okay, this is.
I'm not
it's okay. No, I know. Watch this backswing. This is what I was talking about on plane. See how his club is running right up the plane?
Right.
Now watch when he cocks his wrist. See how it's parallel more on line? See how those two lines are parallel or congruent? You see? So the angle you cock your wrist on is more horizontal.
Jimmy,
Yeah,
I have never understood cocking wrists.
right. Good. I'll teach you to you.
Well, I know, and any time, and I'm just going to tell you, Sam always told me, don't worry about that.
He's right. You don't want to think about it.
But, what's, Dean Burkheimer, I know.
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah.
Okay, well, he was over and he goes, no, that's all right. So,
I'm going to get you hitting the ball farther. So listen to me.
wait, I just want
I will.
He would say, okay, get it here and then do this, cock your wrist. Well, I can't go and then cock my wrist.
Right. I want you to just practice. This is a simple little practice exercise. Watch this backswing. We're going to do this right together here. You're just going to go straight back, and that's what I mean by taking it straighter back. Now watch when you go back. Your club, right about here, you start to use your wrists. Right there. See how see how your hands go out away from this line? Watch how his hands stay right on this line. How does he do that? He initiates the swing from the core. Grab my sides here. Just feel this. Okay, now I'm going to, both sides, right here. You feel those muscles. When I turn back, those are the muscles I'm using. I'm using my core. You're using your hands. You see the difference is, I want you to use the bigger muscles to take the club away. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's it.
So you're saying, I think, if I don't
That's
open
all right.
up my hands,
I think you'll be more consistent.
Keep it more online.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just going to keep your hands quiet. Now, this may be a hard thing for you to do. If it is, we won't.
I always used to do it like.
Oh, you did?
Like this.
Oh.
I'm back in the old days, but then I start, as I say, watching everybody.
Oh,
and
I see.
Nancy Lopez.
Right. Yeah, she did it.
She did.
Now look, to hit the ball farther, watch where his club's coming down. See how the club is coming on that lower line, the club head?
Yeah.
Well, that's where we want yours to come a little more from the inside. It's not over the top. You're just a little bit out. We're only a couple inches out. So I'm going to get you to feel like this takeaway is a little different, so it doesn't get too far behind you on the backswing. The club head tends to get underneath, and then you tend to get a little over there, just a little bit.
Okay. The worst thing somebody ever said to me, I feel, and I've never gotten over it,
Yeah.
is they said I had bad posture. All right, so they could have maybe not said it like that. Maybe I do have bad.
You don't have bad posture. You just have a little bit around it because of your age. It's not anything else. It's all that is a degenerative disc disease. You had good posture when you were young. Are you kidding? I watched you. Your back was ramrod straight. And you could swing the club all the way around. We used to make fun of you. Remember, you'd swing the club and almost hit the ground on the other side. You could take it back so far. But look, no, the thing is, I want to make this simple for you. So let's do it. I don't want to talk too much.